Are you struggling in retail lecture? In this tutorial, I'm going to give you a foolproof plan. How to plan the keywords for retail lecture, what is the updated template, what are the new changes. Because I have personally given the exam recently and I have figured out the easiest template for retail lecture. Our students are also using the same template and getting more than their desired bands every single day. Hello guys, this is Vishal from Vision Language Experts. I'm going to quickly explain you the updated template, what are the changes, and how to use this template to get perfect 90 in the exam. At the end of the video, I'm also going to discuss most frequently asked questions in regards to retail lecture and will be giving the solutions to it. So stay tuned till the very end. And if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe. And I'm going to give you more updates about my experiment, especially when it comes to the writing section as well. I've discussed my experience for speaking module, for reading module, and for listening module in these tutorials. So if you have not watched them, you can go and watch them and see how I scored 90 in the real exam. In the real exam, I got 2 retail lectures. Most of the students are getting 2 in the exam. Some students also get 1. But students get normally confused with the retail lecture because they don't know that in the retail lecture, they can also get an image or a video as well. So guys, make sure that you always read the introduction before attempting any question. And when you come across to the retail lecture, if there is an image or a video, don't get scared. What you have to do in retail lecture is you will be listening to the audio. Sometimes they play a video as well along with it. So the drill is still same. You need to take notes while you're listening to the audio or the video. And sometimes if they give you the image, don't worry too much about the image when you're listening. Keep taking the notes while you're listening. After the audio is stopped, they will give you 10 seconds to revise the notes you have written down. In those 10 seconds, quickly go through the notes you've written. And then after that, there will be a beep sound. And then you have to start speaking. You are expected to speak at least 25 seconds. And you will be given maximum of 40 seconds. Now you will be getting marks not only for the speaking, but also for the listening. Now let's talk about the marking criteria. In the marking criteria, you get 3 components marked: content, fluency, and pronunciation. For content, you get marks on the basis of keywords you have spoken, and the content portion directly impacts your listening marks. You get 5 marks for every retail lecture. Now let's talk about fluency and pronunciation. For fluency and pronunciation also, you get 5 marks each. Fluency gives you marks for the speaking module and similarly pronunciation as well. Both fluency and pronunciation are very key components for the speaking module. For fluency and pronunciation, you need to ensure that you're not taking unnecessary pauses. Your speed is stable, your pitch is stable. A lot of students stress on the words, try to avoid that and speak as clear as possible so that you can get full marks for the pronunciation and for the content. Now let's talk about the next component, note taking. Note taking is very crucial. Let me show you how I am taking the notes. I'll be sharing my screen with you guys so that you guys can also understand what kind of and how to take the notes moving onwards, because PD has changed their content requirements. So you need to ensure that you follow the current pattern of taking notes.
Last week, we talked about how people recognize objects and really how well people recognize objects, given how difficult the problem is, given how objects can be seen in all different sorts of illumination, in different positions, in different angles. And yet we are able to extract that information, we are able to take the visual stuff out there, interpret it in a way that allows us to recognize all the different things that we can see in our environment. Today, we're going to kind of carry on looking at that, but we're going to look at what's really a special class of objects. That's the human face. So we're going to look at how we recognize human faces and how we do it quite as well as we do. We're really expert at recognizing faces. So again, we can think about how do we take that visual information and how do we transform it into a form which allows us to put a name to a face and to do all the other clever things that we can do with faces. So I'm going to start off again by just pointing out that it's a hard problem. Face recognition is a hard problem and it's a clever thing we do. If you think about all the different types of faces you can recognize and all the different types of information you can get from the face, you kind of start to appreciate how well we can do face recognition.
Now, as you guys can notice, I have noted down phrases, small and big both. Okay, I have about 7 to 10 phrases. Okay, I only need to speak about 6. Okay, so over here, first I'm gonna talk about last week people recognizing. Okay, that is going to be my first sentence. What is going to be my topic? Topic is about face recognition, because that's what they're talking in all through the lecture. Sometimes if you're not able to get the main topic, just pick the word or set of words which is being repetitive again and again. Okay, now that's going to be your first sentence. Last weekend, people recognizing, then different problems and different angles. If you're not able to pick a big phrase, pick two small phrases, as I have done over here. So different problems and different angles. Then I'm going to talk about interpreting in a way that we can see. That's a big phrase, so I'm going to speak it as it is. Okay, then a really special class of objects, that's also a big phrase. So I've got two big phrases, two small phrases over here. So that's 4 sentences. Then human faces and experts in recognition, that's my next sentence. Over here also I have picked 2 small phrases. Okay, then name to a face and clever things. Okay, I can avoid this, not very relevant. Then I had hard problems and different types of faces. So that's going to be my last sentence, and conclusion is going to be my face recognition. Now, did you guys notice while I was writing, I was focusing more on gathering the set of words, not single words. That's what you need to do when you're taking the notes as well. Obviously, I was typing, I was a little slower, but when you're going to write, you're going to be faster. So I will recommend you to write instead of type. And on top of it, right, you do not need to speak everything. They want you to speak about the main important points. And that's what I wrote. I did not write everything. Okay, I was also avoiding repetitive words as well. So let's say if you get smaller lecture, then you can repeat couple of words, but otherwise try to write in a similar fashion I have written over here. So that is going to help you to speak it clearly as well. Now let me show you the template and the demonstration as well. Now this is the template I'm going to speak. I'm going to put phrases in this template. So the template is dash was the main topic of the lecture. Initially, phrase was told by the speaker. Moreover, phrase was discussed. Additionally, phrase was also mentioned. Then phrase was also highlighted. Lastly, phrase was also given. Okay. And to conclude, dash was the keynote of the lecture. Now, as I said, if you're not able to pick big phrases, pick 2 small phrases in the sentence. Do not use single words. You have to pick up phrases, guys. I got 2 lectures in the exam, and both the lectures I did in a similar fashion. So let me quickly demonstrate it, how I attempted in the real exam and how our students are also doing it. Face recognition was the main topic of the lecture. Initially, last weekend, people recognizing was given in the lecture. Furthermore, different problems and different angles was also told. Moreover, interpreting in a way that we can see was also highlighted. Lastly, really special class of objects was also given. Moreover, human faces and experts in recognizing was also highlighted. And to conclude, hard problems and different types of faces were the keynotes of the lecture. That's it, guys. Okay. So this is what you need to do. You need to take a little pause after the sentence is finished. Don't rush. This speed is totally fine. Students are sometimes told that they need to speak very fast. Don't do that mistake. It needs to be very consistent. That is the thing you need to keep in mind. You cannot have fluctuations in the speed or in your pitch. Okay. And again, important thing over here is to pick right notes, because that's going to help you to get better marks with the content portion moving onwards, as there is a chance that your answers can go to human for rechecking, okay, before they submit or give you the report. Okay, so it's very important you focus on keywords as a set of phrases, not single words anymore. So if you can check the scores, I've got 14 out of 15 without using any microphone. Now this is what you need to do in order to get perfect scores in the final exam, not only for the speaking but also for the listening module. Follow the same template for doesn't matter how many detailed lectures you get. I also followed the same and got perfect scores. The very first question normally students ask is, if a lecture is short, how to cope up with it? Guys, if the lecture is short, then speak about 4 sentences instead of 5, okay? And 1 conclusion and 1 introduction, okay? But let's say if you could not gather enough notes at all, then repeat the words. But obviously your content is going to be marked less, okay? So work on your notes so that in short lectures also, you are able to gather at least 4 phrases, Okay. The second common question which students ask, can we use single words? No, do not use single words. You can use small phrases like two phrases. Okay. Two small phrases in one sentence, but you have to use phrases. Now, how many seconds we need to speak is the another common question. You have to speak somewhere around 25 seconds. Now, if you noticed, I spoke this one about 30 seconds. Okay. So don't worry too much about the time. Just finish the template. Okay. And you will be fine. Now, if you also have any sort of questions regarding retail lecture, you can put it in the comment section. And also, if you want me to make a certain video on any of the tutorials, you can also put it in the comment sections. I personally reply to every single comment, so I'll be making sure that I reply to your comment as well. Now, again, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe. I will be soon sharing my experiment on writing module and how I cracked it and got 90 in the real exam. So stay tuned for the next tutorial. And if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up because that's really going to motivate me to make such tutorials in the future as well. I hope this video was helpful. If you like the video, you can also check my short tips on our Instagram channel over here. I keep on posting regular updates on our Instagram channel. Thank you guys. Vishal is signing off from VLE. I will see you in our next episode, next tutorial. All the best.